It's 8 p.m. in Banjul, and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I am Ansmane Sonyasi. Let's have a look at the main news headlines. The Gambia have been drawn in Group C of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations alongside some tough opponents, including reigning champion Senegal. The managing director of PURA, Yusufa M. Job, on Wednesday called on policymakers and ICT sector regulators to advocate for more investment in the sector and collaborate towards advancing the digital landscape in Africa. The First Lady Fatoumata Barrow, through her foundation, has offered full scholarships to 10 female students of the University of the Gambia. The mayor of Banjul, Rahim Malik Low, on Thursday visited the Crab Island Tibet Center in Banjul, which is part of the Banjul-Austin City project. And in international news, today, the 13th of October, is the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, commemorated annually to celebrate how people and communities around the world are reducing their exposure to disasters. Stay tuned for more on these and other stories. Now, the Gambia find themselves drawn in Group C of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations alongside neighbors Senegal, as well as Cameroon and Guinea. Our sports reporter, Mumudu Gajaga, watched it all, and he now reports on the reaction to the draw.
It was 13 years ago when the Gambia last found themselves in the same group as Senegal in competitive football at senior level. The Senegambia derby will once again be reignited between cousins following the latest Africa Cup of Nations draw in front of a star-studded audience. Five-time winners Cameroon are the other heavyweights in Group C. The indomitable Lions defeated the Scorpions 2-0 in the quarterfinals of the 2020 AFCON on home soil. Ironically, long before the draw was made, Senegal had scheduled a friendly against Cameroon in France on Monday, 16th October, as part of their build-up to defending the trophy. Guinea will be looking for revenge after a shock defeat to Gambia in the round of 16 stage at the last AFCON, which took debutants Gambia to the quarterfinals. As reigning champions, Senegal are favourites to win the group, but these Gambian football fans think the Scorpions can shock Senegal and progress to the second round.
Well, I would say for Gambia and Senegal, I can't say for certainty that we will win or we will not win, because we all know Senegal has more side than the Gambia. And frankly speaking, I hope we will win, and I wish the boys a very good and successful trip out of the group, inshallah.
My
wish is to see Gambia win. I'm a Gambian, and all I want to see is us winning.
Match bi dina metti dina am ambiance, I mean,
the game will be a tough one. We are neighbors with Senegal. If you look back not too long ago, they defeated us in the under-20 AFCON final. We will have to avenge that defeat. There is nothing to fear about facing them. I think we've gotten to a level where we can compete with them.
So dañu wara dem ñu win xam nga gëna ga sen ko amul ragal amul dara understand so ñun tamit légui level bi agana fofu nonu so war nañ start di win amul comme Sénégal la amul Cameroon la team bu ñëw rek légui war nañ ko door ko suñu amé those kind of players.
Sadio Mane, Senegal's captain, who was among those doing the draw, reacted saying, "I think it is a very difficult group. I am half Gambian and Ghanaian. My parents are from Guinea and Cameroon is there, so it will be quite a complicated group. We will do everything we must do to pass the first round and accomplish all our means." Gambia will open their campaign against Senegal on January 15, 2024, before facing Guinea in the second game and complete their group matches by playing Cameroon. The draw has thrown up lots of exciting clashes, including in Group A, where host Côte d'Ivoire have been paired with Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. Meanwhile, World Cup semi-finalists Morocco look favourites to win Group F, containing DR Congo, Zambia and Tanzania. Gambian fans, players and coaching staff are looking forward to their second ever tournament appearance with excitement rather than fear. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Indeed, quite exciting times ahead, and I just can't wait for AFCON to kickstart. Now, away from the AFCON draw, the Managing Director of PURA, Yusufa M. Job, has called on policymakers and ICT sector regulators to advocate for more investment in the sector and collaborate towards advancing Africa's digital landscape. He was speaking at the opening of a 3-day multinational forum on a business broadband plan for Africa. More in this report. In the world's most advanced economies, many businesses now make most of their revenue from their online business. This requires fast, reliable broadband connectivity. This 3-day convergence organized by PURA in partnership with the Policy and Regulation Initiative for Digital Africa is expected to give participants the requisite knowledge to design a comprehensive business plan for the deployment of broadband network. PURA Director General Yusufa M. Job called on ICT regulators in Africa to advocate for more investment in the sector, adding that it is important for them to collaborate to facilitate the best solutions to current broadband deployment challenges on the continent.
It is a game changer, and therefore we need to prioritize and invest in this sector, especially in the infrastructure, to unlock the potential and to ensure the full-scale use and empowering our communities, industries alike, to be in tandem in this digital age. The objective of this workshop is multifaceted, amongst which we aim to enhance the capacity of ICT regulators, mobile network operators, internet service providers, equipping them with the knowledge and skills they require to meet the ever-evolving demands of this sector.
Furthermore, DG Job stresses that an effective business plan for broadband networks is important for effective harmonization of government policies and regulatory instruments.
These plans are instrumental in ensuring our overarching goal of fostering a digital society with universal access at high speed and reliable broadband, which is a cornerstone for socio-economic growth and development in today's ICT world. Our chosen team, Increasing Digital Society with Access to High Speed and Reliable Broadband, underscores the pivotal role that broadband connectivity plays in shaping the future of our continent.
The PURA director urged participants to exchange insights on their respective country experiences as they seek to produce viable broadband business plans. Digital regulations are the range of regulatory tools that governments, regulators, businesses, and other bodies use to manage the impact of digital technologies and activities on individuals, companies, the economy, and society. Ansumane Sonyasi for KTV News. Now, the First Lady Fatoumata Barrow, through her foundation, has granted full scholarships to 10 female students of the University of the Gambia at a ceremony on Monday in Banjul. Alusise reports.
The beneficiaries include young ladies and mothers pursuing degree courses in different fields at the University of the Gambia. The First Lady congratulated the scholarship awardees and renewed her foundation's commitment and her personal readiness to empower women in all fields. She went further to encourage them to work harder. She said one of the objectives of her foundation is to offer humanitarian and social services to deserving individuals and communities across the country. Professor Per Gomez, the Gambia's Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, praised the First Lady for her continued intervention to complement the government's effort in making education accessible to all, especially women. He equally joined the First Lady to urge the students to take advantage of this opportunity and study hard. Halimatu Tambidu, Permanent Secretary, Office of the First Lady, and Musa Sise, board member of the First Lady's Foundation, said the foundation has made similar intervention in the areas of health by providing medical care both at home and abroad to numerous Gambians. It has also provided safe drinking water to communities. The beneficiaries, most of whom will not have been in the university without scholarships, expressed gratitude to the First Lady and promised to be diligent in their studies. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
And the report there by Aliu Sise will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
More leakage, cracks, or a broken roof? Batimat's got you covered. With its wide range of waterproofing products, from roofing systems, fling cut, and sealants, from the most trusted and reliable international brands, all to make your life easier. Batimat, your trusted partner. Batimat, welcome home.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation, that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Well, thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, you're watching QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue with me, Ansmane Nyasi. Now, the mayor of Banjul, Rahim Malik Low, visited the Crab Island Tibet Center in Banjul on Thursday as part of the Banjul Austin City project. The story by Loliam Kamara is voiced by Lena Igwenyiba.
Accompanied by the staff of the Banjul City Council, the team was taken on a tour of the site by the project coordinators to interact with and get first-hand information about the progress of work at the site. Mayor Lowe expressed delight at the progress.
So, and this is why I said, come back December and you see development nakala deme. You all back December. I'm only here to make sure things are going proper. Pour make sure liñ buga mu ngi am nañ suñ toilet soo xam ne disabilities yi friendly la, am nañ suñ classes yoo xam ne disabilities yi dinañ fa mun a yegg duñ soona, am nañ wanaki the same thing mu mel noonu, am nañ so pour gis the progress of the project loolu moo ma fi teg.
Mayor Lowe, while thanking the contractors and steering committee, calls on Banjulians to take ownership of the project.
I call the attention of the contractor, the consultant, and everybody. And the steering committee are also with me to say, hey, go back to the drawing board and understand that you want to use Lee. I need Lee. So we need to have the ceilings there. And it's going to happen. Let them be part of this project. San Bosla, the future lies in the hands of the youth. Te fum neka ni, dama se har suma tanki tubeyi, pour gisne, the youth of Banjul and by extension Gambia. Dañoo move kan duñu tiye.
In 2019, through the Banjul Austin City Council partnership, the BCC secured the equivalent of €3 million funding from the European Union, equivalent to over $200 million to build a multi-purpose center for the youths. Lamin Jata is one of the project coordinators.
Finished it this year. What happened is we were having a little bit delay before because of the flood that happened in Banjul before, and I think everybody was aware of it. But now we came back with full force to finish the project. My concern is the building I'm doing, I'm trying to advocate eco-friendly, because eco is one of the best in the world, I can say, especially in Africa, because we have so many natural resources that we can use than stopping ourselves using other materials, and it's cheaper also than other materials we are using here. So we are programming to finish this project.
According to project contractors, 10 classrooms and a multi-purpose hall are currently under renovation and expected to be ready in 3 months. It is hoped that, when completed, the Crab Island TVET Center will serve the youths of Banjul and beyond. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwenyi.
Now, the University of the Gambia Science Students Association began commemorating Science Week on Monday, a platform for science students to showcase their talents in theory and practical. William Kamara attended the opening ceremony and filed this report.
Science is important in our daily lives because it helps us understand how the world works. It allows us to develop new technologies, medicines, and other innovations that improve our quality of life. This week-long event brought together both university and senior secondary school students to showcase their talents to demonstrate what they have been taught in class. Mohamed El Eskinte, the president of UTG Science Students Association, SSA, states that The association was formed in 2004 to help advance the agenda for science and also help encourage the study and application of science and technology in the country. And since then, the association has made significant strides in addressing some of the needs of science students.
We have achieved a lot as a council, even though we all know leadership is not an easy thing. But we are able to provide sporting activities for our students, research projects, and also even laboratory trainings and also laboratory visitations. So a lot on the table that can go from Red Cross first aid training, basic knowledge about first aid, so that at least when there is emergency in school, before you call on to the Red Cross to come and attend to that, you can have your own student attend to it.
Mr. Kinte further stated that despite their achievements, the association faces challenges and called for more support.
Promotion of science and technology, we should, sometimes we find it challenging to have people who promote science, because I have a feeling that we have that less motivation in science and technology, and also the enrollment of students into the sciences is decreasing every day, which is a challenge that not only the science students of the university have to face, but the nation at large. Because when it comes to last year, we had an experience of zero attendance in zero admission in physics, which is not encouraging at all. Like less than 10 in chemistry, less than 10 in mathematics, and less than 40 in biology. So all in all, we couldn't even have 55 students, let's say, or 60 students enrolled into the physical and natural science.
According to Omar Ijalo, the vice president of the UTG SSA, every year a series of activities are held to help raise awareness of the power of science and technology. Mr. Yalo elaborates.
So we want to show Gambians out there, the science students that are in the university can produce these things, that we can have them in this country. If they are given the support, they can produce it in large scale. Then we, instead of going outside there to doing the importation, we can have it in our country. Even as time goes on, in the long run, we can do exportation of some of these things.
Njagalum, a third-year biology major student at the UTG, presented on the topic malaria and sickle cell to raise awareness about these diseases. According to the executives of the UTG SSA, the week-long event from the 9th to the 14th October is also observed to inspire and encourage youth to develop an interest in science. There will be exhibitions, quiz, debate, sports, and research competition, among other events. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
And that's it for the home front. Over now to international news in a moment. Now, International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction is commemorated annually on the 13th of October to celebrate how people and communities around the world are reducing their exposure to disasters and raising awareness about the importance of reining in the risk that they face. Jolenjai reports.
The International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction was started in 1989 after a call by the UN General Assembly for a day to promote a global culture of risk awareness and disaster reduction. In 2015, at the 3rd UN World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction in Japan, the international community was reminded that disasters hit hardest at the local level with the potential to cause loss of life and great social and economic unrest. Sudden onset disasters displaced millions of people every year. Disasters, many of which are caused by climate change, have a negative impact on the investment in sustainable development and the desired outcomes. It is also at the local level that capacities need to be strengthened urgently. By 2030, with current climate projections, the world will face some 560 disasters per year. An additional estimated 37.6 million people will be living in conditions of extreme poverty due to impacts of climate change and disasters. A worst-case scenario of climate change and disasters will push an additional 100.7 million people into poverty by 2030. In his message to commemorate the day, Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary-General, calls on countries to work to break the cycle of poverty and disaster by honoring the Paris Agreement, striving to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, and implementing the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. The Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2015-2030 is the first major agreement of the post-2015 development agenda and provides member states with concrete actions to protect development gains from the risks of disaster. Gambia is prone to disasters, particularly floods. Climate change-driven global warming is increasing sea and river levels. Desertification and drought in the Gambia's border regions are driving displacement towards the low-lying urban areas of Greater Banjul. Unregulated settlements in flood-prone areas and encroaching on canals and drainage systems also increase the size of populations in vulnerable areas. The floods that hit the Gambia on the 30th and 31st of July and again on the 4th and 5th of August 2022 caused deaths and widespread damage to homes and properties in Greater Banjul, as well as the North Bank, Central River Region and the Upper River Region. Official figures show that 50,300 people were affected and 7,400 displaced. The National Disaster Management Agency, NDMA, and the Red Cross Society continue to be at the forefront of disaster risk mitigation and response. For QTV News, I am Julden Yae.
And from news on disaster, now on to some exciting sports news in a moment. Now, a Finland-based Gambian bodybuilder has won a gold medal in men's body physique competition held last month. Dauda King Baji, known as King David, is aiming to reaching the highest level of his sport. He spoke to our sports reporter, Modu Kachaka, and this is his report.
Dauda King Baji is an international bodybuilder and body physique competitor based in Finland. The Gambian won the gold medal in the Finnish body physique competition held in September 2023. With multiple previous wins, Dauda King Baji believes he is a born winner.
In the Gambia, I was training at this gym called Garden. So they were doing competition, but the competition was about weightlifting, you know. So I was doing weightlifting too. And our gym owner, Siddharth, put me into the competition and I went and win it, you know. I was ever a winner. I was born as a winner.
Once a footballer who played in Nawetan and in the first division team for the Gambia Ports Authority, King Baji recounts how an American he met at the gym in the Gambia helped shape his career from being a footballer to a bodybuilder. Prior to competing in Finland, Dauda also competed in championships in Italy and Germany, where he won several gold, silver and bronze medals.
I did my first championship in Italy 2014. Yeah, and I won it as well. Yeah, so after 2014 winning the Italian European Championship, then 2015, 2016, I didn't compete because I was trying to get bigger after my first win. So I saw that the next stage I go to, they were bigger than me. So I have to get a little bit time to push myself to the next level.
Despite winning multiple medals in previous competitions, Dauda has set his eye on what he calls the biggest prize of his career on November 26th in Finland. He said he has been training hard to achieve this ultimate prize.
Now, at this moment, I'm looking for my final goal, and the final goal is to win this pro card, to become a pro now, you know. So I won all my category. This is the last level I'm fighting for, and I'm fighting for it for almost 3 years now. So this is the final year, I think, in myself that I'm ready to get it. So I'm going for it November 26th next month. So that's the goal right now. And after winning that, yes, my goal is succeeded, you know. And I want to tell the Gambian people, like, to give this support, because at this moment now, bodybuilding, like, they are looking for people who are even more famous, you know.
Bodybuilding is the use of progressive resistance exercise to build, control, and develop one's muscle via hypertrophy. An individual who engages in this activity is referred to as a bodybuilder. It is primarily undertaken for aesthetic purposes over functional ones, distinguishing it from similar activities such as powerlifting, which focuses solely on gaining physical strength. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Well, I hope Fullers are watching. That's some strong Jola guy right there. All the best, Dauda. And I'm afraid this is where we draw the curtains on this bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here's a recap from main headlines. The Gambia have been drawn in Group C of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations alongside some tough opponents, including reigning champion Senegal. The managing director of PURA, Yusufa M. Job, on Wednesday called on policymakers and ICT sector regulators to advocate for more investment in the sector and to collaborate towards advancing the digital landscape in Africa. The First Lady, Fatoumata Bah Barrow, through her foundation, has offered full scholarships to 10 female students of the University of the Gambia. The mayor of Banjul, Rahim Malik Low, on Thursday visited the Crab Island Tibet Center in Banjul, which is part of Banjul Austin City project. And in international news, today, the 13th of October, is the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, commemorated annually to celebrate how people and communities around the world are reducing their exposure to disasters. Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. On behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching. Join us tomorrow, same time for more news.